Exit out of a lot of this random crap I've got running. Woohoo! Let's see here. And we're back running that. And we'll just stop talking entirely and wait for Day 12 Quad to join us. That should be perfect. Nothing could possibly go wrong with that. Oh, good. That guy schooled me, man. That was good. Now that I know how to help walk you through this settings downgrade.
Right.
So that the graphics aren't as taking as much processor and stuff. That should actually work really well.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised this computer runs it at all. So it's not really that surprising that it's not going to run it at the higher resolution.
It's not a super intense game if you're not doing the VR. It shouldn't actually be that bad once the graphics are turned down. The only thing is, if people start using particle effects, you might have to like block that person. Which I've done, and I run a fucking 1070. So, but that's just it's because it's just annoying. Like it'll slow everything down.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're live. Like I forgot.
Yeah, we're live. Yeah, there are people like watching. Oh man, my fucking brain is completely blank now. I had some stuff. I've got to find the bookmarks I've got going here. Not the porn stuff.
Dude, like my fucking back is seizing up on me. Like that was, I don't want to say stressful, but whatever it was going on there. My fucking
next time I think we'll start off in a private world. Like one of those people was really helpful, and the rest of them were just kind of like being annoying.
Right, just fucking with let's fuck with the newbie guy.
Well, yeah, like I said, that one guy, the Slim Jim fellow.
Mm-hmm.
Like that dude was definitely like trying to help. The rest are just fucking irritating,
being assholes. Right?
Yeah, all three of us are here, Noob Killer. I guess nobody else noticed that it's back on.
Right. Yeah, I guess I can take solace in the fact that almost nobody watched it. You, me, and Noob Killer are the only witnesses.
Mad Metal Man and somebody else was there. I forget who it was exactly.
Oh fuck! So they got to die too, huh? To hide.
Yeah, you're gonna take out a lot of people, dude.
Damn. But yeah, it seemed like I think it was just having an issue when there was too many people or too many avatars in my view or whatever.
Yeah,
it seemed fine.
Yeah, that was because everybody's like hovering around the new guy to see what you're gonna do and see if you're entertaining, and it's using up a lot more of like the processing for graphics.
Oh, gotcha.
But once that's all turned down, like it won't look as pretty.
Right.
I'm talking like a Knuckles. It won't look as pretty, but it should work a lot smoother.
Yeah. All right. Right on.
Yeah, but now we know that it at least runs it.
Yeah. Yeah. However poorly, but yeah.
Oh, was Geek Thulu one of the people watching? I don't know, like what his screen name is if he's not Geek Thulu. Also, I'm not particularly concerned if he watches or not. I mean, it's cool if he does. I don't know more views.
Yeah, he may just be referencing the fact that I keep accusing Geek of being
the spy,
the spy that reports back to Microsoft.
The post de facto spy. He's coming in after the fact. No, just joke.
I really hope not, though, for his sake, dude. If it is Geek, dude, just reconsider your life choices.
I don't think it is. I think I don't think anybody honestly reports. I think fucking Tonkasa's just crazy. I'm being honest.
It could be.
I think that dude just has some issues, like some weird fucking insecurities and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's definitely got the anger issues, some unresolved. Whatever it is, it's unresolved.
Yeah. I just like to picture him watching like streams where people disagree with him, screaming at the screen, "No, you can't have other opinions." Bright red face, you know.
Well, yeah. What kind of catchy catchphrase can I come up with this? I came up with the bitch made. I got that.
The bitch made. That shit was so ridiculous. Oh, this should actually work really good. I'm just looking at the other set of headphones I now have for Mr. Engelhardt when he shows up.
All right, right on, dude. When he gets there, I'm gonna seriously go. Like, I have to stretch my back because like I don't. It was embarrassing, but like that was actually. I don't know if it was just. I mean, I was kind of nervous, I guess, or not nervous, but not comfortable. I guess
it's not as anonymous, and there's a feeling of being in a room with people, even though you're not.
Right. Well, it was more of the way I was moving around. It wasn't working that well, and it was jumpy, and yeah. Like I said, if it runs at least a little more smoothly, I think I'll be okay. So when I turn the graphics down, it should, right?
Yeah, and like I said, I'm going to play around with like how to do that, and then walk you through it. Really, it should be like a 5-minute process, like super simple. And probably would it be best if we do it for both you and Engelhardt?
Yeah, get it all done in one shot.
Mm-hmm.
Have to train both of us newbies.
Tonka got the white hate. I don't know, man. Tonka got a lot of hate. Tonka got a lot of anger. Tonka needs some pills.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's again. It's kind of the link between him and Andy is they have all this fucking like rage almost, man. Like it's kind of disconcerting. You know, they get really angry over anybody that questions their fucking anything about them, really. Yeah, I don't know that Tonka has blocked a whole lot of people. Andy definitely has.
Oh, did he? Yeah, at a certain point, you can only do that kind of shit so much. Let's see. Engelhardt should be here any minute. I'm not sure how long it's going to take him, but he started to come here at like 10:30.
Yeah, I figure it'd be somewhere around there.
Oh, fucking! So Donald Trump. I'm not going to screen share because it's just a quote, but he actually tweeted out a Sun Tzu quote. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. Sun Tzu. I thought that was fucking hilarious, dude. It was so gangster.
Wait, what was it again? I think I might have talked over you.
Oh, Trump tweeted out a Sun Tzu quote.
Right, what was it?
Let me see here. I closed it out real quick. I gotta stop doing that. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious.
Interesting.
And I think that was in reference to the omnibus bill. Oh no, you just call me Steve. Yeah, because like the omnibus bill was like a big thing that everybody flipped out over, and honestly, I did too until I remembered like it's only a 6-month budget. It's not even like he can go around it essentially. Like it's not set in stone. I didn't realize that.
Right. Yeah.
But smarter people than me were looking at it and going, "Well, yeah, but that's what Obama did to get all his funding." And then he ignored what they said he had to do in his omnibus bill and just gave the money to whatever anyway, because it's not the same as a budget. The budget he can't change, but the omnibus apparently he can sort of like. There's sideways around it. I don't know. In all honesty.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not nearly familiar enough with it, dude.
Yeah, I'm sort of in like a wait and see, and like maybe the people that I think are smarter than me are, and it really is just like a smooth little way of getting around some of the budgeting things, and maybe it's not. I don't know. I mean, I do know for a fact that it's only a 6-month thing. So, as much as that sucks balls, it's still at least only for 6 months.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
but yeah. So Obama basically took advantage of that when he was president. And it was no big deal then, right?
Yeah, and so it's conceivable that Trump would do the same thing.
Yeah, except it's going to be horrible when he does it, right?
Yeah, it'll be the end of the world. The end of the world. Yeah. Everybody dies. That's so fucking funny, man. Well, what it gets me is like I see people who like disagree with like the basic shit, like that he you know, that some of the stuff he's doing is bringing jobs back and lowering unemployment. And it's like, but like we know that's true. Like nobody's denying it.
Right.
I don't know. I'm gonna get really angry over that shit.
Yeah. No, it's bizarre. The Trump derangement syndrome, as Gadsad calls it. Or I guess everyone calls it that, I guess. But yeah, it really is fucking fascinating to watch how people just think he's pure fucking evil, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, like I don't know if I've said that, but my mom won't watch any of his speeches.
Yeah.
She'll get like 10 words in and she's like, I can't listen. He's the devil.
Wow.
So evil. He's dripping with evil. And it's like, but you haven't even heard what he fucking said.
Ooh.
Like, how can you have this opinion when you don't know what the man actually said? Like, what words fucking came out of his mouth? How can you judge him all that?
Yeah. No, it's unfortunate, man, when anybody, you know, because there's plenty of people like that are just, they're tuned out, man. I'm sure I'm not the first one to refer to this, but they're on ideological autopilot, man.
Yeah. I mean, I hated Hillary Clinton, like, absolutely abhorred her, but I listened to her speeches.
Right. Yeah, me too, man.
I wanted to hear what she's saying. I mean, I might be wrong. She might give a speech, and I might be like, well, you know what? Maybe I'm coming around.
Yeah, or like George W. when he was president. I fucking hated that guy the entire time, man. But I still fucking listen to whatever you're saying.
Well, let's be fair, though. George W. you want to listen to because that dude was bound to be like a fucking walking joke like half the time.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you can't fool the fooler again. They're like, dude, I can't remember exactly what he did, but he screwed that up so bad and then tried to cover it by being like, you can't fool the fooler. Like, holy shit, you're fucking retarded.
The puppet would just break in the middle of half the speeches he gave, and you're just like, what did we do?
Oh, man. Yeah, it was really fucking.
Was
that fucking dumb and kind of evil, too. It was a weird fucking combination.
Who was his vice president? I want to say it was McCain, but.
No, it was Dan Quayle. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait. Okay, for a minute I was like, wait.
No, it was, what's his name? Dick Cheney, dude.
Dick Cheney. Oh, yeah. Dick Cheney would just sit there looking evil.
Yeah, that guy is pretty close to like a fucking Bond villain, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that dude was just so fucking creepy. Although Biden takes the cake on creepiness. When you come into like creepy politicians, Biden has to take the cake.
Yeah.
There's no way. Smell little kids and fucking touch their hair and fucking kiss them on the head and shit.
Dude, it's really fucking disturbing, dude. Like, dude, I wouldn't want him anywhere near any of my daughters, dude. I wouldn't suggest leaving any women alone with him, dude.
The tolerance that people have for his fucking weird, creepy, like gropey behavior, it blows my mind.
Yeah, it really is bizarre. Like, I mean, his behavior is bizarre, but it's just creepy. But yeah, people allowing him to get away with it for this long is really fucking amazing, dude. Just like, dude, I don't care if you're fucking Democrat or not, dude. That's fucking weird.
Well, yeah, beyond politics, no. Yeah, there's nothing to do with Democrat or Republican. That guy just creeps me out.
Yeah, should ask those people like, hey, so would you let him babysit your daughter? Fuck, no, you wouldn't.
I don't have a kid. I wouldn't even let him babysit like a fucking doll that I pretended was my daughter.
Right.
I think it'd come back sticky.
Yeah. Yeah. And that dude wants to run for president. And really, that's all you got to do is fucking run a loop of the video of him like being all handsy and smelling a fucking teenage girl's hair. And,
yeah.
It's so fucking cringy, dude.
Yeah,
it's really disturbing.
Joe Biden is not. Yeah. Well, there's that one where it's like he's standing behind. Well, there's a bunch of them, but there's one where he's like standing behind somebody's daughter and he puts his fucking hands on her shoulders and he's like leaning down, trying to kiss her, and she's slowly edging away.
Yeah,
like,
and then the
how
mom
did
or
her
whatever is
dad
kind of
not
trying to.
stop the speech in the middle and be like, dude, take your fucking hands off of my kid?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing is like that's how beholden they are. That's how dedicated. I don't want to say dedicated. That sounds too nice, but like they know they can't say anything or they'll like ruin their career. You have to
I'll
allow
fucking
that
ruin my
fucking
career,
kid to
man.
be
If I
fucking
had a
all
kid,
handsy with your daughter, otherwise it might ruin your fucking political career.
look, man, I'm not a parent, but I gotta imagine if I had to choose between a fucking my career or keeping my kid safe, it's fucking keeping my kid safe, dude. Every fucking time that's gonna win, hands down. Like, how sociopathic do you have to be?
Well, again, you're not the type of person that wants to fucking be a politician either. So yeah, it's a different mindset.
I want to rule the world. I want to be in charge. I have a list. I have a list of people to eliminate, sir. This just will run red with blood if I'm in charge. I tell you right now.
You got a list longer than fucking Homer Simpson's, dude.
We have old episodes of when this used to be, I forget what, Untitled Podcast or whatever. Right. There's like 4 episodes that start off with like a list of people we think should probably be killed.
Damn.
You know, people that don't know what they want but go into a drive-through line anyway and fucking sit there and ask for descriptions of products.
Oh Jesus, dude! I always go inside if I'm not sure what I want. I always go inside, even if I'm I'll get it to go, or I'll get in my car and then go through the drive-through. But yeah, you're right, dude. If you don't know for sure what you want when you're going to the drive-through, don't get in the fucking drive-through.
Exactly. Why are you there? That's for the people that know what they want to get through really quick, and everybody goes through and gets their stuff.
Oh, Mad Metal Man had a thing. DeFranco, I guess, had a idea of doing a pay-per-view of Trump versus Biden.
Well, Trump would fucking rip his fucking heart out. I'd watch that. Trump would take his fucking soul out.
Yeah, I have a feeling. Yeah, they're both about the same age, but Biden just looks older, dude. Like, I think Trump's still more virile.
Trump is old school New York, dude. I bet you that guy could fucking punch me and make me feel a little loopy for a couple of minutes.
Right. Yeah, but that was really fucking creepy. Like Biden saying, "I'll take him out behind the woodshed or behind the gym." Like, fuck, come on, dude. Nobody believes that, old man. Nobody buys that you're going to kick Trump's ass. And yeah, regardless of that, why the fuck are you saying that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so creepy.
I can't remember where I was watching it, but yeah, they kind of made that point of, these fucking idiots, they get up in front of the quote unquote home crowd and they start running their mouth because they're like, oh yeah, these people love me, so I'm going to say whatever the fuck, forgetting that somebody's filming what you're saying and everybody's going to see it.
Yeah, no, I mean, some of the stuff these people say like blows my mind in that respect. Like people openly talking about like, well, let's just do away with this amendment or that amendment's just annoying. Like, fucking what?
Yeah, yeah.
My phone is on, right? I think Egoharth is running super late.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, I told him to come over. I was like, dude, just come over because like if you don't have it loaded and you're coming in late, then it would be ridiculous to try to get that all worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just wouldn't make sense. And he could still hear and speak through the mic. It'd just be weird for, everybody else.
Yeah. That was an interesting first run at it, I guess.
Yeah, no, that was fine. And it was a fun thing. I'm sure like people will not enjoy it when they're streaming. They'll just be like, the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I forgot we were live through all that, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Talked a little bit more instead of just sitting there going, the screen jumping around.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I started to realize that's why I was like, all right, it's time to cancel. This is not working out very well.
Deitois is not pulling his weight, fucking guy.
No, it's more like this was poorly thought out on everybody's part, and now we are going to cut bait and run.
Yeah. Honestly, we probably should have done that not online. Not live.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Fuck it.
You live, you learn. I didn't want to, like we already have so much stuff we do online each week. It's like, I don't want to like impose on anyone.
Nah, no worries. Fuck yeah.
Oh, I had the worst fucking experience playing my pirate game today. Sea of Thieves. I just have to share this because this guy was the worst. So we had a 4-man crew, right? 4 people on one boat.
Right.
We're raiding a skeleton fort, probably one of the hardest things to do in the game. And then another 4-man boat comes along and starts trying to kill us because they're like, yeah, we'll kill these dudes and take over from here and get all the good loot, which is a great strategy. Like, no animosity there. That's just how the game works.
Right,
so we start trying to kill them back because, why should we just let them kill us? And one of our fucking one of our crew members is like, hey, let's just all be friends. And fucking just goes over and he's like hanging out on their boat and like helping them fucking repair the damage we're doing. And we're like, this is a sea of fucking communists, asshole. Thieves.
That's fucking amazing.
Share alike.
Yeah. So he was over there. He was over there repairing, and they were still like shooting at you guys.
Yeah. We were still killing each other, and he's just over helping out their team.
What a fucking idiot!
It's so fucking ridiculous. It was pretty fucking funny.
Oh, wow.
Like obviously, like I'm not really mad. It's just fucking like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, I would almost be tempting to fucking kill that guy first before
you
the
can't
other
kill your own team. There's no team damage.
That sucks.
We
gotta
did
play the hardcore version.
You can lock them in a jail cell on the boat. If 3 of you vote, you can lock the 4th person in the jail cell.
Oh, gotcha.
So we locked him in the brig for like 3 minutes, but that didn't fix anything. He came back out and he was like, "No, you guys need to stop trying to kill him. We'll just all work together and we'll share the loot."
Like, did he not notice that those other guys were not coming along with his plan, dude?
They sank our boat.
Yeah.
They set our boat sailing away and then fucking put a couple holes in it after they killed us. So we took longer to spawn and then the boat sank.
Wow.
Pretty funny. It was on their part really good strategy.
Yeah.
Because they were terrible to
get
fight
back there.
Yeah.
What did that guy have to say after that happened?
Oh no, he was like, all right, I got to make sure not to die, guys. I'll just snipe from the crow's nest on your boat so I don't respawn on theirs. Yeah, man, that was just fucking traitor. Yeah, exactly. It was pretty fucking funny though.
Right.
Yeah, that's the joy of a live game. No, the only thing that I think that ever genuinely sucked is I logged in one time and joined a crew and they put me in the brig before I even spawned in. So like that's just something that I think gets abused, and all you do is like leave the game and sign back in and get a different crew. It's not like a big deal,
right?
But it's like the one thing that people do that's kind of like, that's a little bit griefy, abusing the system there. But it's usually because they've been a 3-man crew for a while and they don't want to share the loot, even though it's not going to make a difference as to how much we each get.
Oh, gotcha.
So if there's like a chest that's worth like 300 when you turn it in and everybody gets 300 coins, if you have 2 people, everybody gets 300 coins. If you have 4 people, everybody gets 300 coins. If you have 3 people, it doesn't matter.
Oh, gotcha.
So you're not taking a share of what they would have got, I don't think.
Yeah, so it's the same payout regardless of how many or any of that. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So like, like the big chest, the dungeon chest is like 2,000. And if you sell it 4 people, it's still 2,000. If you sell it with 2 people, it's 2,000. If you sell it with 1 guy, it's 2,000.
Yeah, so it really makes no difference.
Well, they want it to be a team game, so they balanced it so that it's not like super in favor of anybody who plays a solo. Because if you got if you got 8,000 for turning in that chest solo, everybody'd be on a solo boat all by themselves, and nobody sail as a group.
Yeah. So it makes sense for that.
Yeah. Because what would be the point? Like, you're going to get like a quarter of the loot if you join a team. Why would you ever want to get less loot?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So that's the way they balanced it out.
Yeah. But then, dude, I got really attached to the remember the game I was telling you that I'm playing, the one that's the resource management / title
tower defense
or whatever. Yeah, I got really into that like the last couple of days. Like, I was planning on stopping because I was like, dude, it's just taking too fucking long to gather resources at this point. Like, you get to a point where you need more and more shit to build up your to the next level. But the thing was, this whole time I was never attacking anybody, So, like, if you find someone smaller than you, you can attack them and take their shit. And you can go through, you know, as soon as I noticed that, I'm like, oh, fuck, I can do this. I can level up really fucking quick.
So that was the thing, is that you weren't being enough of a douche.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to be, you know, just kind of stay under the radar. Yeah. Although, dude, like, on this one, though, there's like, you can form alliances and shit. And people do fucked up shit. Like, they'll have people join just so they can find out where they are, and then they attack them. Like, the fucked up shit like that happens, dude. Like, they're like, hey, come join our alliance. And then you know what I mean? The guy will join up, and then they were just luring him in so they could all know where he is to attack him.
Okay, so Engelhardt just arrived. I didn't want to be like rude and cut you off, but I know that you wanted to stretch, so...
Yeah, right on.
Do you want me to go get him right now? And then why can I have to go get him? And
then that's fine, man.
All right, are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is probably not going to be interesting to anybody, but fuck it. It's a Game of Thrones themed thing. Game of Thrones Conquest, I think it's called. And the reason I started attacking too was because there was like an event on, like, you got points for each tier of each person you killed. Like, you got 10 points for killing a tier 1, 20 points for each tier 2 guy you killed. And like, the rewards you got were fucking amazing, dude. Like, I got, like, I don't know, 8,000 coins and like basically about an hour and a half of playing the game. And I probably had gotten a total of like maybe 3,000 the first 20 days I played the fucking thing. So I started attacking people like fucking crazy, dude. Because at least this whole time I'd built up a pretty sizable army that I essentially never used except to go gather fucking materials and shit. So I had a bunch of dudes to fucking rough up everybody. So that happened. But yeah, enough about that. Yeah, so that just ended like right before. It's kind of why it kind of fucked me up, because I forgot what time this started. It was supposed to start at 9, and for some reason I was thinking it was 10, because I was spending literally all day today on this fucking, because this was the last day of the little mission thingy or whatever. All right, but anyways, enough about that stupid shit. All right, what else? I'm trying to think of what else I was always pulling up here. Live stream topics. I kind of want to, anytime this kind of happens, I feel like I want to start going to bringing up different conspiracy theory things. Because again, I don't really believe any of that. I don't know if it's true or false, but I always find it really interesting. One of the things that I've come across over the years was there's a spot in China that apparently they had excavated this cave, and there was a bunch of skeletons that were essentially really small, really short, with really big heads. And they found like hundreds, maybe thousands. I just realized I wasn't in the fucking chat to see what you guys are saying. Let me pull that kind of fucking helps. But they found this thing with a I got sucked in by a game. Thanks, buddy. All right. But yeah, it's they found in the caves all these graves of these things, 3 or 4 feet tall, giant heads, the kind of the way you fucking picture the gray aliens or whatever. They also found these like stone discs that would have like kind of a groove running out, similar to like a record. And apparently, I don't know how they know, but apparently that they determined that they had been exposed to high voltages at some time, when they were made or whatever. And apparently this Chinese guy, a guy from China, not whatever, allegedly deciphered it, and basically had claimed that it basically said that they were fucking their spaceship crashed and they didn't have shit to fix it right away. So they were kind of stranded there. But the people that live there already, like the Earth people, us, as soon as they saw them, they would fucking kill them instantly, like bash their fucking heads in. So they like had to hide away, and basically even the tribe or whatever that survives in that area is like, yeah, there are these tiny, spindly little yellow creatures, and we would kill them. You know, it's the same thing. We would kill them immediately. They're so fucking ugly or whatever. Yeah, like but anyways, I found it kind of interesting. If anybody ever wants to look it up, it's the Dropa stones, which is DROPA. The rest of it is the Bayankara Ula. I'll put it in the chat if you guys are interested. It's a weird spelling. Are you guys back?
It's a wonderful story, man.
Did you guys catch any of that or not really?
It caught about a couple minutes before you ended.
Okay.
Your shtick.
But yeah. Okay. All right. So they're back. I don't know that I kind of want to do that. Like I always I find this shit interesting. I don't really care if it's true or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I find all these stories interesting, like that kind of shit, or when they find shit that's like advanced buildings from 15,000 years ago and shit. Like, I just find it really interesting.
Fascinating. I still have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
Finally. Okay.
So we also had technical difficulties. Apparently, the second set of headphones weren't working for Stabby, and we ended up figuring that.
Set. Yeah, that decided not to work for me.
So yeah, this is all behind the scenes that we're admitting, even though we probably could say it and totally get away with it. Yeah. But we're not because we're professional like that. So hi, how's it going, Daytona?
Yeah, it's going, man. I had an interesting VR chat experience earlier from the Pop My VR Chat cherry.
Nice.
So that was. It was nice. Not
nice
really.
Is nice a good experience, or is like more of what we're talking about?
Yeah. Well, my computer is not running. It wasn't running it smoothly, so it was pretty frustrating and kind of aggravating. But I definitely see the appeal. You know what I mean? Like I definitely see enough of it to see the appeal. So if we get it running right, and apparently we can, I just got to turn down the resolution or whatever. I can definitely see it being a really good time.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. There's a specific way to turn down the graphics, but it's not in game.
Oh, so it's a lot of troubleshooting.
So you have to hold shift down once you launch the game and keep holding it down, and then eventually it'll pop up a window that'll give you the option to launch into it. So I was like, he's not a PC gamer. Maybe I should try that first.
Yeah.
See how that works. Then I can walk people through it with a screen share.
Yeah. Yeah, see, again, the only thing I'd ever done on PC as far as gaming is like playing the Nintendo emulator, the NES emulator, or the arcade emulator. And again, that wasn't, and it's been years since I did any of that shit.
Yeah, and see, I'm not really good on the whole downloads, as someone in my past has clearly sent me something and given me a virus.
Well, you were the Tough Mudder too, anyway, so you had a whole bunch of shit going on.
Yeah, so. For me, so my weekend right now, as
wait, one second.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being stalled.
If you're gonna run and stretch your back, you probably should run now. You're gonna be stuck for a while.
All right, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I gotta throw the laundry in the fucking dryer too. So yeah, it might be like about 10, maybe around 10 minutes or so. All right.
Yeah, fair enough.
What is he doing?
I'll be back.
He got his back is bothering him. He needs to stretch it out.
Okay.
That's why I was like, because if we don't, he's going to be there for a while.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, because I'm a fellow back pain sufferer, so I was like, no, dude, go stretch your back now. Don't suffer on our count.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I actually, my older brother just had back surgery. And so because his like one of the lower discs, I think, ruptured. And so that's full surgery, all that fun stuff. And so he had to get that shit replaced, replaced or fixed or however you do that.
I think they shove some like silicone in there and hope it works. It's never the same.
So that's definitely.
I'm not quite at that point. I'm not that far, thankfully.
But see you in 30, I believe. Yeah, we'll still be here. We go till midnight.
There we go. Yeah.
Do you have a remote button that tells us we're recording?
No. I set up the sign outside to say that we're.
That's what I'm saying. Like this, we have a little light that's like outside this door.
Yeah.
That says recording. I did not know you had a remote button.
Yeah. It's not actually to the sign. It's to a little thing that just anything you plug in will turn on and off. With the remote.
Oh, it's just a switch. Okay. So apparently, I'm fascinated by the simplest things.
Well, no, it seems more complicated than it is. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, that's really cool. It's really kind of janky and half-assed when you look at all the parts.
Don't care. It works.
The final result looks great. Because it's all hidden behind the fucking desk.
As long as it works, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, it's all hidden behind the desk. That's what saves it.
Yeah. No. It's magic. Let's just leave it magic. Don't have to explain it. Don't have to say anything else. It's just magic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, dude. Okay, so I know like airlines are like a weird thing. I actually saw something that surprised me.
Yeah.
Like,
is it somebody not being dragged off of an airplane?
No, they wouldn't let a guy bring his baby on the plane.
What?
Yeah. So they told the guy, like, oh, our policy is that if you have a doctor's note and clearance for a newborn, you can take the baby on the plane with you. And he went to go pick up his kid and take it home. I don't know what the circumstances are, but he's like getting custody. Right?
Kids like rotating around the turnstile. It's like, is this one yours? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. That ain't my child.
I don't know, but apparently the poor dude had sunk all the money he had into getting the plane ticket there and back. So he was kind of broke until, next payday or whatever, but he's got the kid. He obviously had set up at his house.
Yeah.
But he was in like a totally different state.
Yeah.
And so he's like, what the fuck do I do?
Really?
No. And then fucking he called one of the nurses. I'm trying to remember this because that's it's all written down in an article, but he called one of the nurses that worked there that he thought was really nice and asked her if she had any advice. And she's like, I'm going to come pick you up.
Okay.
And so she actually picked him up and let him and the baby stay with her for like 6 days or something until the baby could get on a plane. I guess there was a certain number of days old that they also required, but they didn't tell him.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, and so then they were like, oh, we can't refund your money right away. It takes time, and so he's sitting there with no fucking money. And so she literally was just like, no, you guys are staying here. So, but these airlines are just fucking one after the other trying to fuck themselves over. Like, as far as publicity goes, like...
Just doing a wonderful job, like, shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
It's not just like one bullet, too. It's just like unloading the entire magazine into your foot.
Yep.
So there's nothing left but like a meat clump.
It's like a...
it's like, it doesn't make sense, man. It's like, it's one of those moments you sit there and you go, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be that stupid.
Well, and then, like, they could have said, oh, wow, this is an incredibly unfortunate snafu. Let us, like, get you a fucking airplane hotel room or something. Because they have hotel rooms that they can just hand out in emergencies.
Or just refund them quickly, right?
Yeah, or refund them right then and there.
Because here's a fascinating thing. It's like, for my competitions down in Palm Springs, my flight back, they just, like, changed my flight.
Mm-hmm.
And I called them. I was like, to the next day. Not till like several hours later or something like that, where I was just going to be late.
Yeah.
But it was like literally the next day. And I call them up. I'm like, I can't do the next day. Why the hell did you give me this flight? I'm like, oh, well, it's the next one available. It's like, well, tough shit. I need... The reason I got this flight is because that's the timeline I need to get home. And it's... They're like, oh, well, you can't do the next one. I'm like, no, I got to work.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't... I mean, technically I could, but that's horribly... inconvenient for me.
Well, and
it's like, no, I'm not gonna like lose my job over it, but it's like it's just something where it's like, hey, I don't want that.
Well, and you'd already paid for something that was different.
Yeah, it's paid. I'm waiting. It's day of. It's literally day of. Thank God I checked my email before I was gonna do anything. But it's just like I saw that and I was like, no, cancel that shit. If you can't give me a flight home out of Palm Springs, it's like the closest thing to give me was Ontario Airport, which is several hours away, and it was an hour till the flight happened.
Oh, fuck no.
And I was sitting like, okay, so I have to drive 2 hours to get to a flight in 1 hour. No.
Yeah, no.
No, let's not do that. And so I asked them to cancel it because it's like, well, you guys screwed up.
Yeah.
Cancel it.
And then they're trying to give you a runaround about money, right? Like they don't want to give you your money back.
The surprising thing is, it's like, I'm not going to have any of it. Just give me my money back. Like, I'm not going to take your flights. I don't want your flights. Yeah. If I'm not getting my flight, then I don't want it at all.
Yeah, if you can't do it,
they literally refunded me. Like they said, it's like, okay, here's your refund.
Oh, that's a trip. I wonder if it's like an airline thing. Then
I don't know. And it's like, and United's been like, and this is a couple of years ago, but it's just like United's been shit on for a lot of this, and it's like a lot of it's very obvious.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
well, this wasn't United. I don't know what the
I mean, like previous PR snafus.
Oh
and shit
yeah,
like that.
I'm just saying.
Like United hasn't exactly been under the radar for that kind of stuff. But, so not for the specific one. But to me, I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, I was surprised that it was that fast. Maybe it's just like the person I got was just like actually nice.
Well, I think it's because once they switched it, they had like a legal obligation to offer you your money back right away.
I guess so. Maybe I fell into like the terms of like how their bullshit policies work.
I think it probably fell into one of those golden zones where it's like, oh, he's already paid, but he paid for something different, and now you're changing it. So by law, we're going to require that you actually,
And because I thought they were going to go through the bullshit route of you already paid for your ticket, so that means we're not going to give you your money back. You can use it in flight miles and buy something later. I thought they were going to go that route.
See, I think that's what they were trying to do to the guy and his kid. They were like, you're going to have to like take a flight at a different time or something.
Yeah. And so it's like, I guess that could kind of work if you knew how long you had to wait.
Well, he was like, out of money. Just when he was supposed to just get his kid and then go right back on the flight like the next day.
Yeah.
So that was a out of money error.
Yeah, that's.
But then the other day they also another airline, and I forget which one, fucking killed somebody's dog.
Oh God, I heard a story on.
And as far as I know, pets are supposed to ride under the fucking seats.
It's if the animal is small enough, it hangs out underneath the carrier, or unless it's a special dog, then it can be on a leash. Because I was on an airplane that had the dog on the leash, just sitting in the floor, laying in the floor, and it's adorable. I mean, I'm a dog person for sure,
but it's right in the fucking way.
But I mean, like you have to stay out of the aisle.
Yeah,
the dog's like hanging out in the aisle.
Yeah,
but it's like I wouldn't take my spastic dog on an airplane.
No, of course not.
Like,
but if you did, it's not like a special like companion animal, so you'd have to have it like sedated partially.
Yeah,
and then it goes into a special hold that they keep an eye on.
Yeah,
that's designed to keep the pet alive.
There's no. It goes underneath. If it's not with you, it's underneath, which is horribly dangerous for the dog.
Oh, okay. I thought there was actually like a special hold underneath where they could actually take a look at it occasionally. No. Why the fuck would anybody fly with their pet?
Exactly. That's what the part that
take a fucking Greyhound.
Yeah, it's that's what makes traveling with pets unreasonably difficult.
Take a fucking cruise liner.
Yeah, it's like
if you're going like across the ocean or something, I'd take a boat.
Yeah. So because I read this story and I could not be more pissed.
Yeah,
because it's not really the airline, it's more of the stewardess.
Yeah, it's the stewardess and it's the person. Because why would you not at any point during the flight get up and check on your dog?
That too, actually. That's actually a very good point. Because
okay, the dog has to stay in there. Well, as soon as the fucking seatbelt sign comes off, I'm opening the door and I'm going to pet the dog and reassure it.
Make sure it's breathing.
Yeah, well, I mean, wouldn't be something I would think about. Like we do now after the fact because we know that it's suffocated, but
knowing my dog, the thing would probably be making a lot of noise, and when it's not making noise, something bad's happening.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Like we transition a little side story. So my dog is very special in the fact that it broke its toe. Dogs don't break toes. Dogs break their legs.
So what's
like the toe part, like the little nub of its paw, it broke somehow, some way. We don't know how. I probably bashed it on something. And so the doctors had a wonderful time, or vets had a wonderful time trying to cast that.
Oh, okay, that's why it's okay. I was wondering what the significance of that was because I'm like, I don't.
So here, the whole story will make this quiet means something bad's happening story make sense. So they cast this thing, we put the little cone on him. We spend months trying to keep this dog away from like chewing its freaking cast off because it God forbid it's trying. And then we finally get to like a week before.
Yeah.
And we're just having this moment, like sitting on the couch watching TV, and all of a sudden it's really quiet. And like when it's really quiet, something, your kids are doing something wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's kids.
And so we're sitting there. We realize it's how quiet it is. We're like, oh no. And so we realized he wasn't near us, and we went to the other room, and he had fucking Houdini'd his paw out of the entire cast.
Oh, so he didn't even chew it off. He just managed to slide
it's like somehow, some way, the front part was all frayed from like walking.
Yeah.
But like his entire cast was still whole, and he's just sitting there in triumph of like just like licking his paw. I was like, how did you? Whatever. I give up. And so we called the vet and we asked, and it's like, okay, he's fine. It's just like that moment where it's like when it goes quiet, no, I'm worried about my dog because God knows what he's doing or what's happening to him. And it's like, as a pet owner, that would make me really nervous. If he's barking or whining or anything, and all of a sudden it goes quiet, fuck the seatbelt sign. I'll get my ass tossed across the room before I let my dog, anything happen to my dog. If I'd fight. I'd get my ass kicked off before I let my part.
Yeah, I would definitely be like, all right, well then I'm going to disembark the plane.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you and your policy if you're going to scare
and especially
my dog away
if
from me.
You had been told earlier that was acceptable, that the dog would fly between your legs on the floor.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I would wholeheartedly fight that lady. I would fight. That's like,
you're gonna brawl. You're gonna punch her in the face.
Let's take it outside the airplane, lady. Let's go.
See, that's funny. This is the time when I'm the little slightly more reasonable, and I'm like, oh, I would just get off the plane. Oh. You're like, I'm gonna fight this bitch.
I'm gonna take you on, lady. You're going down. You ain't gonna be between me and my dog, man. I'm a raging pet.
Here, you can play with the new knife.
Damn right. So
I have more knives. They're having babies.
Yeah. So your baby your knife had a baby with other.
Yeah. So this is the original knife.
Okay.
And then that's the new knife. So you can see like that's the daddy knife, and then that's the little.
Oh, that's adorable.
Little son knife.
It's so cute. I'm sure it's gonna shank somebody someday.
And then
it's gonna fulfill its needs.
This is the baby knife.
Aw, it's a newborn. This is the thing you get like between the ribs for.
Yeah, well, that one doesn't even have any sort of lock. It's just like it closes and opens. You don't have to. Yeah. But it's super tight, so
So yeah, sorry. That's my passionate rage as a pet owner.
No, I totally
on both sides of it actually, because that's a great point that you brought up. It's like, why the fuck do you not go, okay, well, once she's gone, I'm just going to go check my dog anyways to make sure.
Well, I mean, you're not taking it out of the overhead compartment. Why wouldn't you open up
at least door? Open it.
Because as far as I know, you can get into your baggage in the overhead compartment when you're on the flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people put fucking, well, I don't know now because the fucking all the laws and shit. But I thought, when we went to Maui when I was a little kid, we had like candy and water and snacks in our bags, and we'd fucking get into the overheads during the flight.
Yeah.
And fucking, my mom would just get shit out to fucking keep us from being annoying.
And also, fuck that lady.
Yeah.
Even if you can't do it, it's like, no, my dog's in there. Screw you.
Well, I think if you
like I said, I'm at the point of actively being okay with getting kicked off the airplane for one reason or another.
Well, but I mean, I would just get off in the first place. Like if that was the thing, if it was like that was the sticking point, like I'd make my case.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be on the no-fly list.
That's true.
I don't want to be like, oh, look,
or even just like
fly anywhere anymore.
I will definitely like plant my ass on my seat. It's like I either leave or you let me have my dog in my lap, or underneath my seat, which was perfectly what was happening.
Yeah. The thing was everything fit. Like according to all the other passengers, they were like, yeah, there was plenty of room.
Yeah, and
so I don't know.
So that whatever that stewardess was doing, I don't know if she has some stupid ass power trip or what, or if she was getting pushed to do it. I don't know. Whatever the fucking reason was, it wasn't right.
I don't know, man. That's always a trip to me.
I just don't understand it. It's just like
the power trip people that won't like make it any kind of like they have weird things.
Yeah. I
mean, worst case scenario, the air marshal fucking cuffs you and takes you off the plane, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're gonna shoot you unless you start beating the stewardess or something.
I'm trying not to. Okay.
Where you're like me and you just start playing with a knife, but I mean.
We're not vicious people at all. We're not violent at all.
Yeah, well, not long ago we were talking about how many episodes of the before we did the Untitled podcast thing.
Yeah.
The number of episodes that started off with a list of people that we should probably kill.
Like
4 or 5 of those.
We're edgy and cool, man.
Well, between me and class, it just started to get to be like
that's your shtick.
Well, it started to become like sort of like sillier and sillier.
Yeah.
Did you just kick something?
No, my entire lower half is dying.
Oh man. So did you like my text when you told you were doing the Tough Mudder? Like, good luck, don't die.
Yeah.
If you do die, haunt a girl's locker room.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, that was a message that you probably sent me, and no, I won't, and no, I didn't. So,
but if you were gonna die, I'm just saying, haunting a women's locker room, not so bad.
Nah.
I mean, you don't have to watch all of them all of the time. It's not like you like.
But that's like perpetual. Eventually, it's going to get old.
I don't know. There's always going to be new ladies.
I know, but eventually, like that is your eternity, though.
Oh, I don't know.
There's no place. There's no place. It's like as a hot-blooded male, It's like there's no place on this planet that's going to be that.
Can I give them little nudges in the shower and stuff?
Like, I would just want to be in a really public place, because then I could just then that would be truly just being able to fuck with everybody.
Oh yeah,
like it just to me, just like a general public place, because then you're gonna get all kinds of people, and then you get to fuck with all of them.
That's true. That is very
like that
true.
Is you're talking about a niche. You gotta think outside the box, man. It's like you're talking about a really niche like fucking situation here, where you could just like, I'm thinking big picture, where it's like no, I can have people from all around the world, and I
can I hunt like Minecraft?
What's that?
Can I hunt Minecraft then?
Okay, you can be. You'll be Herobrine.
Minecraft. Oh, and I can build things and move things.
Yes.
You know, Minecraft has a VR version.
I'm not surprised.
I can't. I gotta try that sooner or later.
I'm not surprised. Well, so for I guess the talking about me haunting somebody's, haunting locker rooms and shit. If I was gonna die, for those who don't know, and I probably should just go into a little bit of an explanation of what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, maybe that would be
good. So for those who don't know, I did a Tough Mudder yesterday.
And he won first place.
Which winning first place is just not dying.
Yeah,
or not getting hurt in some way. You can, I guess, win. It is timed technically, so you can actually win that race.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure like
you get money out of it, actually, like a decent amount of money. Like I think the first place guy won third place guy won like $1 million.
Oh shit!
Yeah. This actually is like a race.
So that's enough to like be worth training to like win the next one, kind of thing.
Yeah. So what Tough Mudder is in a nutshell is, depending on the course, a 10 to 12 mile obstacle course. And those are the full ones. They do nowadays. They have like halves and like a 3K. But the grandiose original thought or design was 10 to 12 miles and throughout the world. This one was in Central California, so very, very mild, very hilly, but not really steep. I did one 4 years ago up in Tahoe, which was at a ski resort.
Yeah, and Tahoe is a mountainous area.
Yeah, for those who don't know California at all, Tahoe, is very mountainous. It is, we're going up and down ski runs. This entire time to go to our obstacles, and on top of the long distance, it's you get 20-25 obstacles, and those vary from crawling in mud to climbing 8-foot walls to the more ridiculous crap like
the electric shock one. I remember there was a thing where you were running through wires and some of them shocked.
There's an obstacle called electric shock therapy, which is
why I said don't die.
Yeah. And that is, it is about 10 feet long. So I forget how long it is, but it feels like forever. That hanging from the wood planks, wood reinforcement, is jellyfish tasers, and you don't know which ones are alive and which ones aren't until you know.
Until you touch one, then
until you touch one, and then you know. So the name of the game on that one is just don't get hit in the face.
Oh yeah, get hit anywhere but the face. Yeah,
and so because getting tased in the face sucks. Getting tased in general sucks, but I'd rather get tased in the arms, get tased in the face.
I think I've ever been tased.
Oh, it sucks.
Well, I don't doubt it. I love watching people get tased. I've just never had it happen to me.
So I did this with my 2 roommates who have not done these before, which is the best thing ever. But they weren't sure about the electric shock part, and so I stupidly promised them, it's like, if you guys do it, I'll do it, because I've already done that. I earned my stripes, man. I didn't.
You were like, I've done it once. I don't ever have to do it again.
Yeah, it's like a rite of passage sort of thing. So you kind of have to at least once.
Yeah.
Just to like get your head through it.
Never gonna do it, but thanks.
Yeah, no, God, no. I don't. It's like one of those moments you have that's like, this is fun, but I don't know why it's fun. Like, it's really weird that you're having fun.
So there's a lot of things, and I've done things like this too. But there are things that they're not fun while you're doing it, but they're fun right after you finish.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's fun knowing you've done it, and it becomes fun in your memory, but it's sort of like you're pushing yourself as hard as you can.
Yeah.
It's a certain
zone,
satisfaction
of like, because there's several level or layers of this. Yeah. One is it's the satisfaction that you pushed yourself to your limits. Yeah. You're like, holy crap, I ran through that. I don't know why, but I did. And I put my body through all this crap, this 10 miles, these ice baths that are 35 degrees and tasers and, barbed wire, like crawl spaces. It's just like in potential injury. Like I pushed my body that far and I came out on top.
And you have the camaraderie with everybody that did it as well.
And on top of that is you help people who aren't on your team. Like we got up one thing, which is technically the warped wall for those who watch Ninja Warrior.
Oh, okay.
You get up that thing, and I spent the entire time, or like a good 20 minutes, just like pulling other people up. Yeah. You just hang out, and you're like, come on, man, run. They run, they try to jump up there, you grab them, you drag them up. It's the same thing I did when I stared at that thing, and that looks very intimidating. And it's like, I'm glad I'm the size I am, because usually the people
is it a vertical wall you got to run up?
It is literally, you almost...
So it's just a wall that curves slightly.
It almost apexes at 90 degrees.
Yeah, and so you got to run around the curve as much as you can and try to jump and grab the edge to haul yourself over.
Here's the kicker with this one, is that the edge was rounded off.
Oh, okay. So
you really can't get up on your own. You really can't. Like it's actually
somebody had to be the first guy.
Yeah, somebody had to. The thing is, the alternative technique that you do is a human ladder. Is you have some big guy hanging out on the bottom.
Somebody who comes along like me that actually fit. Goes up and just grabs somebody and
Yeah, you just kind of push everybody up there, and then eventually you get enough people up there, and then you start doing the running thing.
Well, if you have 3 people, you'd be 1 and 2, and then you get hauled up by 2 people because you're the big guy.
Yeah. The thing is I'm sitting there I'm pulling people up, helping pulling people up, and then there's this big kind of Samoan looking dude about to do this. And I'm like, dude, you're gonna pull me back down. Your arm itself is almost my weight. You
gotta get a couple.
And so he grabbed me, and I almost went. I had my lower half hinged behind the ramp part, and I grabbed his arm. And I'm just trying to hold the best I can until someone bigger, on the other side of me, starts dragging his ass up. Because I'm like, dude, you're gonna just woo, just pull me back down the ramp.
Well, for the sake of the show, we'll just say that was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
And you saved him from a pit of lava.
Yeah, almost dragged me down. I almost had to run it again. But
sorry,
you laid the smack down on me.
Yeah, really.
What the hell did I come back to here, man? Some kind of team building thing you did?
Yeah, it's called Tough Mudder.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I'll make it even shorter. It's a really long obstacle course. And so it's disgusting and painful, and my lower half is hating me right now.
Yeah. 12-mile fucking crazy over the top obstacle course that he did.
You gotta YouTube it. Just YouTube it. And then you're gonna be like, dude, my cohort here is crazy as fuck.
What was it called again?
Tough Mudder.
Tough Mudder. Mudder, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll check it out.
Watch that. It's gonna be funny, and then you're just gonna think I'm crazy. That's usually the response I get.
I've seen it. I think it looks like something that if you're really into that kind of thing would be a blast. I'm just not down with that. I like to hike.
Ah!
Why are we screaming?
Someone said boo.
Opalescence said boo.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, it's Opalescence Moonchild. The Hobbit is in the house.
I have no idea who you are. Hi.
She's been on the show. You talked with her.
Have I?
I think you've been on. She has the really high-pitched, squeaky voice.
Yeah, I think Mike.
I never saw the name when we did those.
I think only Mike was on with us then, Stabby.
Remember?
Oh, you're right. No, that it was Mike. No, he's right. You weren't on. It was Mike, because Mike's a single father. Detroit's a single father, and she's a single mother, so it's this big, long.
I jumped on for a little bit.
Okay, yeah. But it was fascinating because I got to hear a lot of stuff about being a single parent, and then I was like, oh man, I'm so glad I don't have kids.
Yeah. And you got to hear Mike awkwardly ask her if she had daddy issues. That was fun.
I love Mike.
Cringe for days.
Mike is the best, dude. Mike is so fun sometimes. And later on, I'm sure he would have started asking her to get in his van or something. Like, hey, Opal, get in the van with you. Fucking... That's not creepy.
Yeah, not at all.
Oh, Cherry, what
else is happening?
Cherry little candy things.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much the biggest thing of my weekend. I had a comp the weekend previous, which is why I missed last podcast. But at least I got second out of that one. So at least
you got second place. Yeah. Nice.
So
and that was West Coast swing dancing.
Yes.
Nice.
So which I don't know. It probably would be a copyright if I actually put a video up, but then because a lot of that stuff gets copyrighted like crazy because it's like popular music that gets used.
We don't monetize anything, so it doesn't matter.
I don't know. They still do it. I guess at least through Facebook. Or a lot of our videos like end up getting kicked off. It's kind of ridiculous.
Well, but I mean, they're not going to shut down our stream.
But I might I should put up a dance video.
Yeah, put up a dance video on the channel. Worst case, I don't think we'll lose the streaming or anything like that for any length of time. I think we'll be fine.
Cool.
Oh, Akinara's here. What's up, Akinara?
Hey.
Akinara, you can creepily hit on Opal in the chat. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. I hadn't been around the last couple of times, had he? Welcome back.
Yeah.
No, I think Opal just left immediately.
Like, oh shit!
Right.
Like, no, Akinara's there. I'm out. I don't blame her. Akinara's the best, man, but I'm never sure if he's eventually gonna like kill us all, like in our sleep. I kind of wonder sometimes.
Oh well, he is saying just to pop in to say hello, so he probably him is probably that number change is probably him going boop boop. So like a little gopher.
Yeah. Oh, Opal does not. Opal does not have daddy issues.
She doesn't have daddy issues. I didn't say that. We were saying it was awkward that Mike asked.
Yeah.
And a little.
I don't know if she even remembers. I wonder if she even remembers coming on, dude, because that was a while ago.
I didn't remember until you said anything. I remember her being on. I don't remember that much detail. Yeah. Then again, I don't remember a lot of stuff that happened yesterday either. So,
well, that one stuck with me because I couldn't believe Mike actually fucking asked the question. Like daddy issues, or I'm like, what the fuck?
One time, where his opening gaffe to try to hit on girls was always like, "Hey, are you legal?" I was just like, "Oh, that's fucking creepy." And the way he said it just gave you like fucking shivers in a bad way. Just made you think of like windowless vans and candy and fucking sleepy time tea or something. You know? Like,
does this taste funny? It's like cringe.
Smell like chloroform?
I don't know. Is it supposed to taste like that? I don't know. I mean, like, there's a certain point. I'm sorry. Well, that's all right. I've had fun experience over VR chat. Somebody pulled the fucking Deadpool line on me, and I didn't realize it.
What?
Yes, Opal. We know you're an adult, Opal. No, the Deadpool thing. So like in Deadpool the movie, where like he and the girl he's dating start going back and forth and trying to be more horrible than the other.
Mm-hmm.
I walked up and I'm like, hey,
is this number 2?
No, the first one.
Okay,
the second one's not out, so I don't know how it would be the second one yet.
I apparently don't keep up with the whole like what movies are coming out. Clearly,
fair enough.
I am so far behind on my movies. It's not even funny. Man. Like I haven't even seen the newest Star Wars. That's how sad it is.
It's not that good.
It doesn't matter. Still like seeing it.
No, fair enough. Yeah, but anyway, she tried pulling the Deadpool thing where she opened up with, I'm fine. I'm just like you say, hey, how's it going? And they're like, oh, I'm fine. I'm just recovering from being raped by my uncle. And then that's the opening, and you're supposed to come up with something worse. Like in the Deadpool movie, I think it was something where she said like she got raped by her uncle, and he's like, well, at least you had family. I got passed around by hobos, or vice versa, or something like that.
Yeah, they just keep going back and forth.
Line. I was like, curses! That was a great moment to fucking enact one of those movie scenes. That's really fun.
It's creepy.
What's creepy about that?
It's easy for the movie because it's a movie. It's creepy when it becomes. You're just like,
I just started
wait,
laughing.
is he being serious? Oh shit!
No, it's VR chat. I just started laughing my ass off. Nobody's fucking serious in VR chat.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, it's against the terms of service, dude.
As possible.
Go for it. It'll be fucking hilarious, dude. Like that's
no problem. Take everything they say to like the utmost extreme of seriousness. Be like, what? Really?
You might not have friends after a while. You'll just clear the room. We'll just be like, we wanted a private room, and instead of just building one, we invited Engelhardt to just make everyone feel awkwardly.
Yay!
It just ended up naturally being a private room because everyone left.
Oh man! Well, they do have karaoke in karaoke rooms in there. I know Deitois isn't interested in singing. We won't try to make anybody sing. But...
Dude, I'll do it. I need maybe a drink in me, but I'll do it.
Well, the fun of the karaoke rooms is not like individuals going up and singing because that never happens.
Yeah.
What you end up with is like 6 or 7 people together, caterwauling sort of to the song.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't stop believing, but there's one guy in the back, don't stop, singing awfully.
Okay, I could probably do that. I can pull that off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I enjoy the karaoke rooms. It's not because I'm trying to sing and sound good. It's because there's like 6 or 7 people, sometimes more, all just horribly singing along to some song, and it's so fun to enjoy.
Butchering it. I can handle that.
A dying cat is like what you do with karaoke.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing. I was thinking I could sing like a pirate.
There you go.
And then just tell everybody I'm pirating the music. Sorry.
Fuck yeah.
I was singing my bad Sean Connery impression.
That was a terrible pun. I know I should feel bad.
Yes, you should. And the generations to come will feel bad too.
Yeah, if I ever have children, they're gonna have to feel bad for that too.
Just like walk in and all of a sudden there's like, ooh, what was that? I don't know. I just got upset in the stomach all of a sudden.
Oh God, I hope I don't have kids. That would be so terrible.
That would be disturbing.
I like to think if I had children though, like they wouldn't be like serial killers that got caught.
You think you taught them right, you think you raised them right, raised them well, that they wouldn't get caught, but they know how to get away with it.
Oh
man, whatever you're doing, don't set any patterns whatsoever.
Oh man, I don't even know where that came from.
Fucking pause.
I don't even know where that came from. I'm sorry.
Oh God. Okay.
Like it's a given that they're going to be serial killers. You just want to make sure they don't get caught. You want them to be successful in whatever they do. You know,
right.
You want your best.
I want to be proud of them no matter what. That's true. Yeah.
Now we're going to teach you to clean up GSR.
Hey, man, why would you use a gun?
Hello, silencer. Come on.
No, there's no way to really silence a gun, is there? I mean, the pillow silencer actually make it quiet?
It might go pew, but it's like that's
pretty sure even a pillow doesn't make it quiet like the movies, man.
Probably not.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It'll definitely help with the whole like spray though.
I think if you shot like a 22 subsonic, where it doesn't break the sound barrier, it's slow enough to not break the sound barrier. Through like the right kind of silencer, you might be able to get it close to that, but it's still going to be a little bit louder than the movie stuff.
Probably.
I think.
You got to shoot it through a milk carton like Mark Wahlberg in Departed.
Through a milk carton. Well, you can actually shoot it through like anything that will create like a chamber for the sound to basically sort of echo around and kind of kill itself in. We'll cut the sound of a gunshot.
Huh.
Yeah.
So like oil filters work.
Ah.
You can like drill out one end of the oil filter and rethread the inner part that usually threads onto your engine.
And thread it into the gun?
And thread it onto the silencer of a gun. They make little things you can insert to do that. And it actually is about the same as a regular silencer. But you only get...
taking notes out there.
Oh, yeah, now we're going to get taken off because of the...
Oh, this is on other YouTube channels, actually, like Hickok 45.
Yeah, and they're getting kicked out, and then they're all getting shut down.
They're all getting shut down, yeah.
They're all getting shut down.
But
so, it's been nice knowing you guys. We're going to get shut down now.
Like 30 or 40 rounds. Like you can fire 30 or 40 rounds before the filter just starts to overheat and kind of not work anymore, right? So it stops being safe to shoot through it.
You're kind of, you're doing a janky version. We do not condone the making of oil canister silencers.
I think a good silencer, you're talking $500-600. An oil filter, you get a really cheap one for like $10. So.
You're not making this out of you.
Huh?
I'm trying to give you an out.
We're talking about how channels are getting shut down if we're talking about guns solely, and that's their thing. What do we do? Oh. This is how you make a silencer out of an oil can.
Well, I mean, the good thing about the white race and why it's superior. No.
Sorry. This is a dangerous road.
That's not helping either?
No, I don't think
so. Okay. That's going the wrong way. No. Oh, well, there's South Africa. That's getting really fucked up over there.
Apparently, you can put paper scraps in an empty plastic bottle. That actually works as a silencer. Holy shit!
Essentially, what you need is a lot of the sound comes from the very tip of the gun. So anything that sort of baffles that noise from the tip of the gun is going to cut down dramatically on the amount of volume overall of the shot. But nothing's going to make it like quiet like the movies.
Yeah, it's not going to be that little sound that they fucking pretend it would be.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can go with 2-liter bottles, 1-liter bottles. Yeah, it's a trip. At least they've done it on all the gun shooting videos that I've seen.
Yeah.
Or the channels. I mean, I've seen each of the channels have done their own little version of that. It's fascinating to me just in the science. Like that you can actually have like this incredibly loud noise and like this thin little layer of plastic, but because it's in the right shape, it fucking doesn't get loud.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
Yeah, how it can manage to redirect a loud noise to not be loud anymore. It's fucking crazy.
That's what's interesting.
The thing is I like watching it was an episode of the slow-mo guys, and they're shooting guns underwater and showing in very slow frame rated or tons of frame rated, I guess.
I haven't seen them do those guns
of like they would pull the trigger and it shows like the reaction and then the traveling of the bullet. How it cuts through the water, and there's little air pockets that'll leave because it's ripping through the water so much. So it's like these little bubbles. It's like
the water is being displaced and the air is following along, essentially being dragged in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
fascinating.
Cool.
I think it looks really cool.
Yeah. Did they do any shooting down into the water, like straight down into the water?
Well, it looks like the guns submerge, so it's them shooting. It's them underwater and then shooting the gun, and so crazy. You can see like even the gun kick back, and then like the air that gets kicked out of the gun itself, because obviously there's a reaction there.
I kind of want to see the bullet underwater in super slow mo though. I haven't watched slow mo guys in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to check that out too.
Because then you get like the whole guy. There's the episode of the guy getting a soccer ball kicked out of his face, or like thrown in his face, and it's like the slow motion of like what happens when the ball hits you in the face.
Like,
to me, that's just like, okay, you're not doing that for slow motion. You just do it because you get to throw a soccer ball at somebody's head.
Yeah,
it's like honestly, I'm down to watch.
Well, didn't they do? Didn't the MythBusters do one where one of them slapped the other in super slow mo?
I hope they did because I'd like to go watch that.
I think that happened. Somebody slapped somebody. I don't remember who it was, but they were testing sobriety things like, can you sober up really quick if you're really drunk by getting slapped in the face, by getting water dumped over your head, by drinking coffee,
by having a bunch of pennies in your mouth.
Exactly, like the weird, this one trick, this one cool trick.
Imagine the coffee. Because it's like speeding up speeds up your system. So wouldn't you?
Nah.
No?
If I remember correctly, none of it sobered anybody up.
Huh. Bummer.
Yeah, no, when you're drunk, you're drunk.
Yeah. You're too drunk, you're fucked. There you go.
Just don't fucking drink and drive. That was essentially the impetus behind their
That's it.
Their episode.
Nothing worked because they just don't want you to do it.
That's
general.
True. Yeah, put on our tinfoil hats, boys.
Yeah, it's like nothing works. Wink, wink, wink.
Don't chew on ginger pills, or something.
Yeah.
Little dog whistly action.
Don't those dudes hate each other though? Like Adam and Jamie, I thought like in real life they just do not get along.
And that's I think so, man. There always seemed to be a little tension between those two, man.
I don't know.
Like not like fucking, the minute the camera's off, they're like, I'm gonna fucking cut you, bitch, like hate each other, but like
I think they like annoy each other.
Well. Yeah, like got really on each other's nerves a lot, kind of thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
But that's also like the case of when you're working with somebody for so long. Like, how long were they working together? Sure, that was ridiculous how long Mythbusters ran.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're working with somebody, like, even the most, like, I've gone along with as many coworkers as I possibly could, and even the ones that are the chillest, every once in a while, I just want to, like, knee their fucking head.
It's the familiarity breeds contempt idea.
The thing is, it's like, I'm not going to do it because it's just like that moment where it's just spending a lot of time with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Like, after you spend more time with the people you work with than, like, your family or your partner or your friends.
I don't.
It's like, it's just like I spend 8-9 hours a day with these people. It's like at some point I'm gonna be like, I really just don't want to see your face. Like, here's
the one though, the pet peeve I bet you both can identify with. So I'm sure everybody's worked with that person that's always late, and you always have to wait for them to get there at some point. Or something. And here's my pet peeve: it's not that they're always late; it's that they keep apologizing.
Right.
Just accept the fact that you're late all the time.
Well, if you were really sorry,
it would stop happening.
Sorry, they would make the effort required to get to work on time. Something would change at a certain point.
Yeah.
So don't belittle my intelligence by apologizing.
Like saying sorry is just gonna like, oh, now they're fine.
Yeah. Just either be late for work or don't. Like, as long as I know what to plan for. Like, there's a chick I work with now. She's late every fucking shift. I've had to call and wake her up multiple times.
God.
And I just I know that it's going to happen, so I'm not like angry because it's like fucking I don't have any control over this, so I can be really angry all the time. You might as well just
call her like 15 minutes before your shift, anyways. Just be like,
"Are you awake?
Get it's like, are you awake?" Bitch. And she's like, "No, I'm on my way right now." Well, good, because I usually have to call her ass to wake you up.
Yeah, no.
It's like it's kind of maybe that realization. She's like, "Damn, I do this so much that you have to call me before my shift just in case."
Well, see, here's the sneaky way I resolve these issues.
Yeah.
When they're a no-call, no-show, I have to call management.
Okay.
So then it's not kept in-house. It goes to the step above my boss.
Yeah.
And on a Saturday morning, nobody wants to be called at 7 a.m. I'm woken up to fucking call this bitch.
Yeah, that's not fun.
So it's already gone a step above me. So she'll probably get like written up or talked to or something.
Yeah.
But I don't perceive that it's going to change.
Dude,
so I just decide like, I'll plan on it, and then I won't be angry.
So goes the universe when it comes down to that. When you catch somebody doing exactly what they shouldn't be, and it's like, okay, well, here's the clear evidence that this happened.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, okay, glad you told us, and then nothing really happens. Because I actually have a story from my old job as security. It's like I get it. If our shift is 10 p.m. to 7 or 11 to 8.
Yeah.
No one wants to work that shift. I don't know a person alive that's like, oh boy, I get to stay up all night every night for 5 days straight. Like,
well, because then you kind of have to do it on your weekend, or you're
hell no. I love it. Was so worth it sleeping at night. That first night of sleep. Oh my god, that first night of sleep.
Oh man, you switched over. I couldn't do that. It was
so magic. I'm sorry. Like, I know it ruined me it ruined me so hard for my Monday, air quotes.
Yeah.
It's like it was like sleeping at night's just such a grand feeling. Now, like I think about my graveyard shift now for doing that for a little over a year.
I'm so happy I sleep at night now because I do graveyard shift too, but
it's just like it's such a better sleep. It's such a better feeling.
I don't think I could switch back and forth though.
It's its own thing. Like, it's my own monster. I had to deal with the kind of stuff. But for this story itself, it's like that shift is terrible. We can all agree here that no one wants to work throughout the night.
Yeah. I've never worked graveyard, but yeah, I can't imagine it being all that great of a time.
Yeah, it's just that get that idea of that time when you're going to bed. Don't do that.
Yeah, just stay up and work 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, you're doing that, and then when that sun comes up, you're going to bed.
Oh wait! Though, I have a question. Did you put blackout stuff over your window?
Oh, damn straight.
So like I had I had like blankets taped over, like push pinned over my window, so no light came in.
Mm-hmm.
You did that? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, wow.
I push pinned. I would take melatonin from time to time, like little gummies.
Oh, I can't do melatonin.
Every once in a while, when I sat there, I was like, "How do you go bed?"
That stuff gives me night terrors, man.
Every once in a while, I know it take like a little bit. I wouldn't do that, or like have some nice like calming tea or something. Try to do something. Either that, or it'd be half dead anyway. So, you know.
Wait, the melatonin gives you bad dreams?
It gives me night terrors.
Oh wow!
The one time I took it, I dreamt that I was walking around, physically ripping people into pieces.
God damn, dude!
And it was extremely like it felt so real because sometimes dreams are just sort of like vague memories, but this one woke up and I had just finished it, like I was like, well, are my hands wet? You know, like
wow.
See, the thing is,
that's incredibly vivid, huh?
I was already dealing with enough bullcrap at work that it's like I wouldn't have known if that's the melatonin or if that's just my work. You know, it's like,
oh man, no, I don't usually dream. So
yeah, thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Yeah,
goodbye, Akinaro. Have fun at work.
But okay, I guess to try to double back to what bringing that up was fault for.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Getting a coworker in trouble or for a good reason. So with that shift, I became a supervisor at some point, which was unfortunate because I had to deal with the roughest and to deal with kinds of people because no one wants to work the graveyard shift, of course. I keep reiterating this fact, but it's a good thing. So anyways, I call on the radio, kind of get a head count. There's only 3 of us. It's not that hard. And so I get one response, and then I wait for the other one, and there's nothing.
Somebody was sleeping.
I'm like, oh god, no. Okay, hold on. And I call somebody else. Get somebody else. We have a person riding around in a truck, doing little patrols like that. And I'm like, okay, come in here. Hold on, someone's got to take my post.
Oh no!
Dude comes in, takes my post. I go. Okay. I call in head count again. Get the 2. Get the driver. Get the one person I have inside. The other person I have inside. Don't get the 3rd one. Like, I'll be right back. Go to our break room, a little office. Open the door. Homeboy's asleep on the chair. I was so furious. It's because we're all sitting here. We're all tired. We all have our crap that we deal with at home. It's like, and I try to put up with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
We already have a rough enough job.
Oh, yeah.
But to sit there and have somebody just like asleep on the job, and you can't just sit there and go, dude, I'm falling asleep. I can't do this. I'm sorry. I'd much rather have somebody come up to that going like, I'm passing out.
Yeah, call in. Say you're going to lunch, and but we have working lunches. Yeah. If we get called in on lunch, you ain't having lunch. Have fun. Yeah, that used to not be legal in California.
Yeah. Well,
they just changed that a couple of years ago.
So granted, this company that now was the contracted out to the hospital is now not contracted out to the hospital, and is one of the 2 places I've worked at that have lawsuits.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So for how they treated their employees, but for this one in general, I was furious with this guy. I kicked his chair. And granted, I had steel-toe boots on, so I kicked his chair. That chair moved, and so I bet he damn near jumped out of his skin. And I was like, "Get back to work!" And I turned around and I slammed the door. And then supervisors come in the next day, and I tell them, "It's like I caught him sleeping. Full report, caught him sleeping. This is it." I think he might have gotten written up, but he was right there the next night.
He was awake though, right?
Apparently.
Oh no!
I was like, dude, you gotta like. That's I eventually sat there like seeing that. It's like I caught him red-handed, sleeping, and that should be it, man. You should get the can for that.
It's so fucking hard to fire people sometimes.
And I was just like, right when I saw it, I was like, no, he's a hazard. We had full staff coming in, and I had the reason my supervisor got hurt. We had a full staff coming in. And it was the pass down. We had the 2, I think it was like the 3 to 11 guy, and my shift was 11 to 7, 11 to 8, whatever.
Yeah.
So I had the swing guy giving me a pass down to like what happened that shift and who we have going on.
Oh yeah.
And exactly. So we have full shift. Everyone's awake. Everyone's ready to go. And we see in the camera my supervisor getting attacked by a drunk guy.
Oh no!
So think about this: full staff, everyone's awake, everyone's ready. My supervisor still gets hurt.
Yeah.
So now
you can't have somebody asleep, especially because it sounds like this dude was watching the cameras.
Which not even that. We have cameras where I was posted. I was the one watching the cameras.
Oh, okay. So
you can see the same cameras from that office.
Oh,
but you don't need two people watching the cameras. That's he's supposed to be walking around.
Oh, he wasn't even supposed to be in there sitting down.
No, at least he didn't tell me.
Oh no,
that's the thing. It's one on top of the other. Like he is so far out of what he should be doing that I was so. That's why I was so furious with him. It's like
for that shit.
Like that. It's right then and there, man. You are where you are not where you're supposed to be. You didn't tell me that you were going to do this. And 3. Why?
Yeah. Oh,
you know this is a no-no.
I wonder if maybe he had some sort of connections further up the line.
I don't know, man.
Because I know we had
although, like you said earlier, it's really hard to fire anybody, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless it's something really blatant. It like when I worked at like Verizon, like we'd have fucking horrible employees, but like it was almost like you couldn't just let's say you fucked up 3 times, like even that might not be enough. Like you pretty much have to get written up for the same thing 3 times. So you can get written up for a bunch of shit once or twice.
They got to give you the warning.
But you'd almost have to get the same thing like 3 times before they could fire you.
Yeah, well, we had a guy, and his wife is one of the managers at the company. He gave the wrong medications to people like twice.
Yeesh.
So like he literally gave somebody else's medications to like a different client twice.
Oh God!
And he's still working there, not fired, nothing. Didn't even get suspended for like any length of time.
That's fucking dangerous, dude.
Yeah, that's one of those things that's like, no.
One of the nights he did that, I had to fucking get up every hour and check on the client.
Yeah, no.
So I lost a fucking night of sleep because of this dumb cunt.
Yeah.
Sorry, but everybody's medications are extremely well labeled, and then we put them in their cups for them so that they can't fuck it up.
Yeah.
And then we hand them out one at a time. There's no point at which anybody should have access to the cups but you and one person.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he did it, but
that's like a special kind of stupid. Like,
but yeah, it takes a lot to fire somebody, and well, his wife is one of the managers, so I don't think that he could have gotten fired.
And I didn't understand like what he. I think people were trying to throw him a bone because I think there's a lot going on.
Could be
personally, and so I was trying to. Yeah. I knew about it enough where I was sitting there trying to give him some leeway, but with that, he would have been asleep, and I could been getting rocked by somebody coming into the hospital.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah, and that's just like
super dangerous.
Yeah, that's just a hazard to everybody else.
Well, and it's like a personal affront because like the one thing you kind of have to have in that situation is you have to have each other's backs.
Yep.
You can't. You gotta be.
You gotta be the first one in that room, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the deal. That's scary, but that's the deal.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing. If you want to be able to rely on the other people that are working there, and you need to be able to rely on them to keep you from getting hurt.
And that's why I don't work in that job anymore, man.
I don't blame you.
I am perfectly happy sleeping at night.
The shit pay, for that.
Yeah, you need to get paid like cops. Like if you work hospital security, you have to get paid like a cop.
Yeah, what do they pay? Like minimum wage plus like $1?
I got like 14, I think was like my rate.
Oh, you were doing this what 3 or 4 years ago?
A couple of years back, yeah.
So you were like $3 or $4 over minimum wage, which still isn't a lot in this state.
No, you can't live off of that.
Yeah.
Not by a long shot. Hell, I could barely live off what I'm making right now.
Yeah.
Like I have 2 roommates and I make the least out of all of them. And somehow we can hold a 3-bedroom apartment. And even that's getting a little sketchy.
Well, that's one of the things I'm thinking of is I got to figure out a way to get out of the state just because the fucking cost of living here is so fucking high.
I think it's moving to the valley. I think it's easier to get something decent there. Like the unfortunate thing with the fires is that it's gonna cause a boom in rent.
No, like a spike, you think?
Yeah, it's gonna cause.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think
it's already going that way because here it's pristine real estate, it's wine country, it's all this wonderful business.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like up in like Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Arizona, any of those states that are nearby, it's going to be like the cost of living is so much lower.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, sorry, if I'm cutting you off, Deitois, you can tell me to shut up.
No, it's fine. Good. But yeah, I don't think you guys realize. Like, I remember, and I lived up in Flagstaff. Like, that was supposed to be one of the highest cost of living places in the state. I would tell my friends here that I was paying $700 for a 1-bedroom apartment, and they were like amazed that I was paying that much money for a 1-bedroom apartment.
That's $300 a month less than a fucking 1-bedroom here.
Yeah,
easily.
I mean, this was a while ago.
And this was like a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, you're paying a studio. No, you're paying for a studio in some places
for like $1,000 a month.
$9
and that's a few years ago here. Yeah, that's not like now. That's a few years ago. Now you might be paying $1,200 a month for a studio.
Yeah, because I'm seeing 2-bedroom spots for like the cheapest $1,600 before utilities.
Yeah, which is an absurd amount of money.
Yeah, which is already you might as well be paying.
Dude, yeah, the last house I rented was it was a 2-story, 2,800 square feet, and what was it, 5 bedrooms, and I was paying $1,350 a month.
Fuck. So you see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm saying I gotta fucking get the fuck out of this state. Because
were we gonna do something in Maine and get a compound?
Yeah, well, I think Maine might actually be similar cost to California.
Okay, well then let's find a cheaper place.
Yeah, Arizona. Well, is there any good places that aren't hot all the fucking time in Arizona? Because that's my only concern.
I think that's just like Arizona.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's areas like again, Flagstaff. The cost of living is nowhere near as bad as it used to be. I mean, that's up at around 7,000 feet elevation. You know, it snows and shit. You know, and that's about a good 2 hours north of Phoenix.
I still think Oregon might be a better choice for me, at least.
I gotta stay north.
Yeah,
like that's I'm gonna keel over in that kind of heat, man. I've been to a comp in 4th of July. Yeah. And it is so unreasonably hot. Like, it is.
Yeah. So, Dave, you can tell we're kind of pussies when it comes to heat.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Although you really do get used to it. It kind of works both ways. Like, your first summer or two, first summer is going to be brutal, but your blood really does kind of thin out and you kind of get used to it. Although, again, anything over 110 is just fucking horrible. No matter how dry the heat might be, anything over 110. It just fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's and that was something like that where it was
we might get one day a year where it gets over 110. Some years.
Yeah, I think I got that too. We might have gotten that one last year, but I think before that it was probably maybe 2 years before that.
Yeah,
like it's so spread out. Like we'll get at like 100 degrees, a couple times maybe.
Yeah. The highest it usually gets here is 105, 106.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Although you guys still have humidity too when that happens, though, right? Like it's still humid, right?
We're close enough to the coast that it's not that bad, really.
But it's still kind of dry. It's still kind of dry. When you're down in LA, that's some humid.
Yeah, that's right. We usually get a lot of winds from the east.
Yeah. Unlike going to the Midwest, where it's so damn humid over there that you can like cut it out of the air and then like put it on your toast or something like that stuff.
Yeah, or like down or Florida is really notorious. Anywhere in the South, Florida, Georgia, in that area is really fucking bad for that shit. Where it'll be like over 100 degrees and like 99% humidity. That's unbearable, dude. Literally, it's easier to handle 110 here than like 90 degrees with the humidity.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I should find out if Oregon has a lot of humidity.
It's probably pretty nice though. Like when I was in Seattle, it was like a lot of cold, a lot of rain. But I'm built for that.
Oh man,
I love it. In my mind, I can put on more clothes. Eventually, I'm gonna get arrested.
You're not built like I am though, because I'm in shorts year round. Shorts and a t-shirt year round, no matter how cold it gets. I'm good.
But it's like if it gets colder, I'll just put more layers on, man.
You can.
If it's 120 degrees outside and I have to hang out all day in 120,
God,
like if there's no AC, then like fuck it, boxers only.
If it's 106, I just lock my door and I'm in here with no clothes on.
Yeah,
with a fan pointed right out.
So there's no podcast when that's happening.
Well, I'll just let you know. Like you go back to your house.
I'm going to go back to my house and we're going to do this three profile podcast like we originally done because I will not be traumatized.
Yeah. I could put a sock on, like Red Hot Chili Pepper style.
Just call you Mr. Socko.
Oh, dude. So I'm a big fat dude. Like, I don't think I've made a secret of that. I'm pretty sure. But I was going over to my friend's house. This is a long time ago. But I just for fucking kicks, I went and bought a bunch of fucking, well, not a bunch, but like, they come in 3-packs, the wife beaters. But I bought them like 2 sizes too small. So I looked like somebody stuffed a sausage into like half a sausage tube or some shit. I fucking put one of those on and came and knocked on his door. And like he opened the door and he's, the fuck is wrong? Because I played it off for a little while. Like that's just what I was wearing that day.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was great, dude.
That's awesome.
I had fucking like cleavage from how like fucking top was. I mean, it was real hairy, gross cleavage, but still.
You got some nice cleavage there.
So a sock, really, I'm totally down. Let me just take my never mind.
No. It burns.
The last 5 minutes of our podcast tonight is just fucking Ingvar going, what the fuck? Put those back on.
No, don't do it. My eyes. It burns. Oh god. Yeah. So 5 minutes down. Time's a ticking.
Time's a ticking. No. Yeah, I think if you avoid the big cities in like Oregon and stuff, you're probably better off like cost of living wise.
Let us know in the comments where you want to live.
Yeah.
Because we can try to do this actual YouTube thing, like we're professional at it, and we've been doing it for years. We actually have.
Well, I'm gonna throw in some video game live streams eventually.
You're gonna play video games? Like you're actually
Sea of Thieves. I gotta get some Sea of Thieves live streams going. That's a lot of fun.
Oh, okay. I'm all down for Sea of Thieves. That'd be pretty fun.
I've already been playing it for a little while. It is a blast.
So I need to get myself on that because I've still been playing a little bit more Monster Hunter, and I've thoroughly done my sports nerding out and have looked at the new baseball, the show, LB18, and I was like, okay, well, do my homework because it's a yearly release. You always wonder what's going to be the new thing.
Oh, okay.
And here's my shtick. No.
Game was that bad, huh?
It's more along the lines of you listen to like the dev reviews and stuff like that, and instead of talking about all the new things that are flashy stuff. So like you imagine as you play games, especially yearly releases, they're gonna add a little bit of something. It's like you don't have to actually take that little bit and actually make it a little bit.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
and so like I'm a big fan of like their create a character. Always want to put yourself or create a neat character to put in the game. But like I'm definitely someone for that kind of management scheme of stuff. And it's like okay, well, franchise mode. I want to run my team. Build that out. Make my team great. But it's like I kind of like the idea of how Madden's designed, where it's like if you don't want to take that original team, you can gut it and create a brand new team and move it.
Oh, okay.
And create a stadium and go crazy with it, like in all sorts of
really get into it.
Yeah, really get into it. Like I want to design my own team, and baseball doesn't touch on that. MLB doesn't touch on that at all. And so you're wondering, it's like, okay, when's it going to happen? And I remember back in like 2010, 2012, they had that kind of stuff where you could like upgrade your players so they get rested up faster. You can change your ticket prices so you make more money to buy better players. Like you can actually really get into it. And since they've updated the engine throughout time, they've taken those features out, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
And so what threw me off and what definitely told me no is I was listening to a review of this guy talking about it with like pro players and stuff like that, trying to get, oh, okay, hey, this guy's watching it thinking it's really cool. I should go buy it because he's watching it, whatever. And so the way he explained franchise mode was literally the same stuff they had last year.
Oh, okay.
Except for one thing where it's their retro mode, which is literally a font change. Where instead of all the high def shit that they have, like scores and stuff like that, it's all like retro, numbers and letters.
Oh, that's like when the Xbone came out and they were like, well, we're not going to have any backwards compatibility.
Yeah. I literally watched this guy, and the guy said, it's like, no, it's the coolest thing, it's the newest thing. You can sim, and it's all streamlined, and it's like, oh, so you made it easier for me to sim my game.
Taking all of the fun part out of it.
It's like, I don't know what you're talking to me about then. Don't talk to me. Like after that, it's like, okay, done. I'm done. Like, I'm not going to buy the new one because, okay, there's fun new stuff in Road the Show, but I really don't care enough if only part of the game is upgraded.
Yeah. That does sound pretty bad.
It's like, okay, well, I don't want to only play one bit. I'll just play the old one. Update the roster. There you go. Everyone lives on with their lives.
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, that's unfortunate. My review or idea of what a new game that hasn't come out yet, but I still have a very strong opinion of it for some reason. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. Really, I sat down and I'm like, fuck you guys, I'm going to say what I want for the next 45 minutes. Enjoy.
Well, there you go. Well, you missed the first 2 hours. So.
Apparently I decided to fill up the remaining time with my voice, which I'm sure it sounds great, but it doesn't really have you guys get the chance to talk.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm feeling a little off today anyway, so fuck it. Talk away, man.
Talk away, man.
I usually don't shut up, so that's only fair.
Hey, apparently it's this chair then.
It's that chair.
It's this chair. We switched seats. So he sits where I normally sit, and I sit here, and I'm sitting where he normally sits. Duh, that's how you switch seats. And yeah.
I like that you felt the need to explain how fucking switching chairs went.
Yes, I did.
Oh my god, so fucking, just as a quick aside, I watch a lot of videos where they show off different tiny houses and vans. And at one point, some dude was like, and this is a table, a place where you can set your chair, your glasses or your books or whatever you have in your hands. And I'm just like, did you just explain how a table works? You fucking just
I think it's having that experience just now. It's just something that's
no, I've done it too.
I know you feel like, oh wow, I feel like I need to explain that. I don't know why.
Yeah. When you're in the moment, you're like, why is that coming out of my mouth? Why can't I stop it?
What is this word vomit? So I don't know. That's fascinating.
No. Sea of Thieves, I would definitely pimp in the fact that you have to learn skills to make your character. You don't actually make your character better. There's no character progression. You just gain levels in different factions to get cooler stuff and look cooler. And you have to actually just learn how to be better at the game.
Okay.
To progress. But the fun part of it is just the interactions with other players.
Yeah.
So there's a 2-man ship and a 4-man ship, and I've sailed on a 2-man ship with another dude, and we had a great time. Raided a skeleton fort, which you're supposed to have 4 people to do, but we managed it with 2.
Nice.
And managed to go out without getting stolen from, because you can steal loot from anybody at any time, and they can steal your shit too. So
okay,
it's havoc. At any point you see another boat, it's usually like, oh shit, run, they're gonna steal our treasure. Or it's like, we don't have any treasure, let's go steal their treasure.
Yeah.
Because it's a pirate game.
So it's chaos,
I played with 4-player boats that were so fun, and I played with some that were just like assholes, but you can just leave the game and sign back on and switch over. It's really
find
easy.
A different boat that's not filled with assholes.
Yeah, it's really easy to do.
Maybe people that are just a bunch of dicks.
Yeah. But overall, it's just a fun game. It's sort of retro in the fact that it's not super complicated.
Yes.
The fun is what you create.
Yeah, I like the fact that it seems like it's not pay to win like most games are nowadays, dude.
Yeah, there are going to be microtransactions, but it's going to be cosmetic items.
Okay.
Skins and stuff like that.
It's not a pay to win sort of thing.
And the benefit of buying that stuff is it gives them more money to make events.
Okay.
So there's 3 factions right now that you can do quests for, but there's probably going to be 5 or 6 within the next year or 2. They're going to slowly introduce more content And it's not going to be DLC stuff. It's just going to be part of the game. You're not going to have to pay for like the next little thing and the other little thing. It's just going to keep getting bigger.
Good.
And then they're going to have like special events, like our holidays and stuff like that. So there's going to be more. It's going to be a more dynamic world as time goes on, and they figure out how to make it fun for everybody.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I kind of like this being at the end of it. It's a nice actual game review because reviewing games and stuff like that, because that's how kind of we originated.
We did, yeah. We originally were a Minecraft streaming channel. I'll be darned, yeah. Did Minecraft videos.
So I appreciate this. I feel like the last maybe 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes we should dedicate to talking about video games for once.
I don't know if we really want to dedicate any specific time.
I'm going to start talking about video games if we're going to talk about anything else. I'm just going to influence the conversation towards video games. I'd be like, whatever we're talking about, and it's like 15 minutes left. It's like, whatever we're talking about, screw that topic. I'm talking about video games.
No, actually, use a segue. I'm just going to start talking about video games.
Yep, exactly. There you go. It's perfect. Fuck you guys and your needs.
No, it's not me.
I'm okay with it.
Sooner or later, we're not going to have any video games to talk about. That's just going to be awkward for 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it if there's something to talk about. We'll do it. If there's not, we won't.
Exactly what I was saying.
Because we're adults and this is what we do.
Yes, we're professionals. That's why we talk about how the show works on the show.
Yep. We hash it out, and then you can sit there and be like, "God, these guys are idiots."
Well, I'm thinking it's probably time to wind out. Like so.
Yeah, we're slightly, we're 4 minutes over.
Sign off. And if you want to click on the stop broadcast big red button, otherwise it's never going to end. So
no.
Oh, we're fucked.
So we have Daytois, Stabby, and Englehearth. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you guys later.
Yay!
Toys Day.
And now it takes a couple of minutes to actually sign off, so I'm going to keep talking. So that
still live, still going.